when did Nigeria's opposition political parties or the Nigeria's political coalition, ask Nigeria's aviation minister, Lawyer Festus Keyamo, for advice on whether to field the former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan or not? Or what is his concern about whether the coalition political party fields fields Jonathan or not? What is his concern? Festus Keyamo can be brilliant, but he can also be mischievous. Because saying that Jonathan, the law does not permit third swearing for a person to become Nigeria's president. What does that mean? Jonathan has been was Nigeria's president only once, 2011 to 2015, and no other swearing in as Nigeria's elected president. Yes, he acted as Nigeria's president when his principal, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, to whom he was vice president, died in 2010. And then he acted until 2011 when he got re-elected as Nigeria's president. So, where did Keyamo get the two swearing in for Jonathan as Nigeria's president? Jonathan's bid to get re-elected in 2015 was rejected by Nigeria's rulers, by Nigerian voters. They rejected his re-election bid. So Nigerians are now asking, supposing Jonathan succeeded and won the election in 2015, will he not have been sworn in? Because that would just have been his second term as Nigeria's president, which he didn't get. So, but that if he got it, he would have been sworn in. So, what is Keyamo talking about? You see, I think that Keyamo is just playing on the intelligence of the opposition political parties. Whether you talk of the People's Democratic Party or you talk about the African Democratic Congress that has been adopted by the coalition opposition political parties. Beyond all of that, what was the record of Jonathan that he should be fielded by any serious opposition political party? Because those clamoring for his return are those who benefited, who got ill-gotten wealth from his presidency, 2011 to 2015. Otherwise, for Nigeria, Jonathan simply spent his 4 years waging war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, and no more, no less. So there was no peace, there was no security, there was no progress, but retrogression. Since Umaru Musa Yar'Adua and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan started the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community in 2009, that has become the only major preoccupation of Nigeria, how to defeat the Boko Haram Muslim community since 2009 till date. But when you focus on the 4 years of Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, what do you see? You see the most violent, the most brutal, catastrophic war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. Because under Jonathan, the community developed into what you can call terrorist organization. Yes, because by the time Umaru Musa Yar'Adua attacked the community in 2009, it was a peaceful community. For which reason the former president Olusegun Obasanjo refused to attack the community, saying the community was entitled to its own form of Islam against the Fulani Muslim imperialists, accusing it of unorthodox Islam. And as a matter of fact, for anybody who has sense of law, what has Nigeria got to do with somebody's orthodox or non-orthodox Islam when the constitution guarantees freedom of religion for Nigerians and frees the country from religious encumbrances, saying there shall be no state religion? But the criminal rulers of Nigeria are imposing Islam and Christianity on Nigeria. Among the crimes of Jonathan was inciting the Christian Association of Nigeria to embrace the war against the Boko Haram as against them. So the slogan came up that the war against the Boko Haram protest was against Christians as against Muslims. But was it? So, and having done that, Boko Haram started retaliating by bombing churches. But Boko Haram was not even against Muslim or against Christian, but against Boko Haram. Abuse of Western education to perpetrate haram. But Jonathan achieved nothing in his 4 years than how to defeat the eradicate the Boko Haram Muslim community. And he failed. He only squandered human lives and the economic resources of Nigeria on nothing, because he didn't achieve his aim. And Major General Muhammadu Buhari, who deceived Nigerians that he was going to eradicate the community, and I pray God will never allow it, because Boko Haram was not the problem. Nigeria's rulers are the problem. Of course, he squandered his 8 years also fighting the Boko Haram Muslim community to no avail. You see now what has become of the robust security forces left behind by Olusegun Obasanjo. Because all his successors are bloody. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, Muhammadu Buhari, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has even declared that all subsidies are gone, only to be funding pilgrimage boards and subsidizing pilgrimages for privileged Christians and Muslims, claiming to transfer funds to indigent households while turning workers' households into indigent households without transferring funds to them. Transferring funds to indigent households, yet asking indigent students to come for loan. So is that not a contradiction in terms? But nobody is fooled except fools. Nobody is fooled by the cleverness of Festus Keyamo, trying to incite the opposition to field Jonathan, who failed woefully in 2015 because of his 4 years misrule. So, but those who benefited from his misrule are clamoring for him, but not the overwhelming majority of impoverished Nigerians faced with insecurities. Go to Chibok and ask about nearly 300 Chibok secondary school girls abducted by Boko Haram and abandoned by Jonathan, to say that we will not stop this war because of that. So, what has Jonathan to have? You can see him like a gentleman. He doesn't know how to talk. And no. He's a devil's incarnate. If only for inciting Christians to adopt the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. And, what about my friend? May God grant him eternal rest. General Andrew Ansasi, who was Jonathan's chief security advisor. He said this war against Boko Haram, he was the first person, military general, to say that this war against the Boko Haram Muslim community is political. It is not because the community is a criminal gang or community, but it's political. He said that, and the moment he said that, he was removed from office, and not long after, he died in mysterious circumstances. General Andrew Ansasi. Situations like that. Jonathan. Well, of course, as I said, those who benefited from his misrule, we want him back now. But otherwise, any right-thinking Nigeria who knew about the ravages, look at what Nigeria security forces have become. A shadow of themselves. The robust forces left behind by Olusegun Obasanjo. So even the police, they are weak. They are few and weak. All the forces, what is left of them? And that's why the armed bandits, terrorist organizations, kidnappers, all of them bedeviling Nigeria because of devilish rulers that must be changed come 2027 by God's grace. And we hope that these opposition political parties will not insist on going it alone. PDPO, ADCO, SDPO, and any other one, that they will think of how to liberate Nigeria above selfish interests. I am the only person who can do it. I must be the one to be. The Atiku Abubakar, Bola Ahmed Tinubu mentality. It is my turn. I must be Nigeria's president before I die. That is Atiku Abubakar. Whether a northerner has just finished 8 years or not is not my concern, but how to become Nigeria's president. So we pray God to help us, so that Nigerian opposition political parties can think of Nigeria and her survivor, to redeem her from the clutches of these power and money mongers calling itself All Progressives Congress, while it is nothing but retrogression 2015 to 2025 without any prospects from a government that says non-existent fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone. Yes, sinking Nigeria in worse depths than ever before.